Hello, may God bless you and keep you forever and always. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Currently, I'm just leveling a Shaman in EverQuest, and this game is appealing to me because it's just stood the test of time. I honestly don't know much about it. I've watched just a few tutorials, and it really seems like a fun game, and it has a lot of potential to be great if the time is available to explore and adventure, really. So the idea here is that I've got some time and I'd like to adventure. So I think I know what level I am. Let's see if I got this right. Level 7 Shaman. Not really sure about how to add skills or points or really do anything of that nature. I'm sure all of that will come in time. I'll tell you what is good is I have found more bags than you could imagine in the very beginning of this game. And as you know, some games can be a bit of a headache trying to figure out what to do with the amount of space versus the amount of items you're collecting. So for me currently, I'm happy with my bag situation. And the general layout of the game really is just completely new, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the time and effort it took to create such a game, really. I admire this kind of work. And, you know, for some people, their quality of a game is based on the graphics quality and setup and, you know, but there's also something to the depth of this game and how to figure out exactly how to play it the right way seems to be an elusive nature, and I respect that. I like there to be a little bit of a mystery when it comes to understanding that you have to read everything, you know, and that's what a lot of these games nowadays fail to... What do they fail to do? They fail to make you understand the importance of, you know, research and patience. That's what I'm trying to say. This game requires a lot of patience. And if you have the patience to learn it, at least I think I do, it seems like it can be a lot of fun. One thing I did just notice is my weight is 101.96. I'm not exactly sure how that affects me right now. Most games it would appear to be something that can hinder your movement. I don't feel hindered at the moment. And that could change, I'm sure. So, without further ado, let me figure out how to fight this spider. I mean, I got a feeling this person might attempt it. No, they didn't. See, I bet there's a way to inspect them, and it's not the way you would normally think to do it. In most games you would right click or left click or even type /inspect. See, and that doesn't do it. But there's this actions page that's just really... Well, what is it? It's extensive. And if I really wanted to figure out how to inspect something, I'd go into my key bindings. I believe I'd go into targeting. And there's a way to toggle inspection. And at the moment, I'm not seeing it there, so my second guess would be UI. And I'm just browsing the words and letters, hoping to quickly find toggle inspection screen. And I'm not seeing it, but I'm sure it's in here. And I know there's definitely a way to toggle it. It's more of a key binding keystroke than it is a right click and inspect playstyle, which I admire. I like that it's not easy to learn. I think that really speaks to what the end game is like. But there's not really an answer. Obviously, there's the wiki pages, and, well, I guess the various amounts of information on the game that you can learn from, but to really just sit down by yourself and be patient and want to learn it is what I enjoy. I like to not be given all the answers sometimes. I like to have to rely on myself to figure out what I can. And to me, that's special. The experience in that is just special. So maybe tonight's not the night that I learn how to toggle inspection, and that's okay with me. But what I logged on to do tonight is to look at my spell book and put some skills on my bar, because we're going to be fighting a spider queen, and this spider queen is going to poison me. So as a shaman, I picked up some spells, I earned some money, and I did that by killing spiders. Actually, I play a couple other games on this computer and my offhand computer. It helps with some of the more grinding aspect styles of games, and so I did that and happened to collect an amount of spider silk that allowed me to then give the spider silk to a man in the cave not far from where I'm located, and he was able to fashion that silk into my full set of armor that I now have, which I thought was pretty cool. And there were enough pieces of Gloomfang Lurker's silk that the excess could then be sold, and so I sold all of the excess hoods and face and shoulder and capes and pants. I didn't remember getting any bracers. I got some slippers, gloves. I mean, it was just really cool. Let's see what this person is saying. That's Alex Straza. That's a name used from World of Warcraft novel. If anybody's familiar. Well, she said thank you. Apparently she's reading chat. Let's see if I can give her strength then. was able to strengthen her. Okay, so I said I was going to look at my spell book. I need to do that. So, what I found to be interesting is the style in which you place your spells onto your spell gem, spell slot. It is called a spell gem in the interface, but here on the actual gameplay screen it's called a spell slot, but it is also a spell gem. So currently we are under the effects of inner fire, and I also found this interesting. You hover over your spell and it does not tell you what it does. You can right click and hold, but if you release it goes away. I learned you have to hold, right click, right, and hold, and then slide off of the spell book while holding and then release, and there you have it. I'm also under the effects of strengthen. I like how you can also view multiple skills. I do have a spell on my hotbar here that heals me. Here's the minor healing, and what I think I'm going to need now is cure disease and cure blindness. I did have a run-in with this spider before because I think it goes invisible. Like right now it's invisible, but you can still hit it. So it's a strange thing. And I was blinded, so what I find interesting is I actually have to, I think is it left click? Okay, so I'm left clicking this blindness and I'm putting it here on this empty spell slot by another left click. And then there's this purple line right here that is actually a spell cast to this bar. I was like, why? I was left clicking and I was like, why isn't this going on the bar? Apparently there's a purple bar, and after that purple bar goes down, now your spell is effectively here. And then I believe it's only from here you can right click it? No. Okay, now let's see if I remember how to place it onto my bar. I know it's gonna disappear, so I've made this mistake. Well, let's see if I can do it. Okay, so it's a left click and a hold. You have to hold it. Now you can drag it. Let's see, where do I want to put my cure blindness? Let's go with F4. That seems like a good spot. And cure disease, again, left click. And you actually are casting it. That was a quick cast to bar, which I respect. The next thing I'm going to have to figure out is how to create multiple spell gem slots here. So I'm pretty sure you can have multiple of those. Then you can save those setups so you can switch between what spells you want. Okay, what is... So we know what Strengthen does. We know what Inner Fire does. I never did actually read Cure Disease, but I'm just guessing what it does. I'm gonna guess like spells and curses, and really just that. Cleanses your target's immune system, curing minor diseases. I imagine that's a minor disease. What else? And for how long? Cast 2 seconds, so it's basically whatever you got gets rid of. Let's see what blindness does. Cleanses the eyes of your target, removing some blindness effects. Some. Okay. Let's see what the Dexterous Aura is. 10 mana. Nice little range there. Increases your target's dexterity for 27 minutes. Let's see what dexterity does for the character. Influences success to make a successful attack. Damage done and chance to raise skills. Okay. We only got 3 more spells we can apply. Let's see what Flash of Light is going to do. Creates a bright flash of light, temporarily blinding your target. Okay, so I can blind my target. That seems like an effective move. Feet like cat. Increases my agility. What's my agility gonna do? Okay, so AC. And helps you avoid the incoming damage. So AC is mitigation and evasion. Armor class. Sorry. So that should give me some defense. It's Fleeting Fury. Fills your target with a Fleeting Fury, increasing their strength, dexterity, and armor class for 18. That seems good. So, I like that. So I'll left click and place. Let's see how quickly this one... That one, it's making its way. So another buff. And we'll set that... there. That's Control F2, Control F3, Control F4, F3 and F4. Alright, I gotta see scales again. I just gotta check one last little defensive. I'd like these two to be offensive. Causes your target to grow hard scales around their body, increasing their armor class. Okay. Consumes. Okay. I like that. But let's see. I think the only offensive ones I have, aside from the buffs of Fleeting Fury and Dexterous Aura, would be something like... Well, that is offensive to the blind. Let's see what this flame does. Creates a ball of fire that burns your target, doing 5 and 5 damage. 1.5 second cast. It's an evocation spell for mana. And it burns your target. It's reflectable. See what the old Frostwraith does. That does a lot of damage. Costs a little bit more mana. I don't think I have much mana. And I'd like to change those values there to get some coverage. And I'll have to do that. But not right now. I'm resting currently. Okay. Alright, well, that costs mana. Let's see how much mana I have. It should tell me here. 245 mana. That's a decent one. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. I prefer fire. You know, I'm just gonna go with what my gut says. I'm sure Frostwraith is the better choice here, but we're gonna get some firebolts going just because fire is cool. Okay, so firebolt made it, and we'll set that over to 3. Last offensive skill. I'm sure you all have guessed it by now, and so, wait a second, we didn't even look at what Drowsy does. Slowing attack, I like it. We'll go with it. Make them drowsy. Lull them to sleep. So there's our purple bar. It made it. And now we just got to assign it. So, let's hold left click. We have it up and drowsy. And we will... we're going to set that to Control F1. So, you know, basically Control F1 is a debuff, Control F2 is a buff, Control F3 is a buff, Control F4 is a buff, F3 is a cure disease, kind of like a buff, but it's a spell buff, and a cure blindness, another spell buff. So that's kind of how I like to set up my defensive and restorative spells. So let's go ahead and knock out a couple of these. Clear up this path. I got a feeling we're going to be in for an epic fight. Let's practice the fireball. That was pretty cool. He's burning. That's good. So, I think we still have some buffs that we gotta put on. We got Inner Fire already, and Strengthen. The only thing left is, so I'm gonna cast it on myself. Fleeting, there it is. So that's only 17 second, okay. So I'm gonna have to make sure I keep that up while I fight this dragon. I'm not dragon queen, spider queen. And, you know, if I could complain, I would. So you know what? You know, maybe I can and I will. There's one thing I would say that I prefer is that there would be more, that there should be more of a zoom out. Like I can't, this is as far as I can zoom. Now there's other camera modes in this game that I find extremely, they puzzle me. And they probably don't puzzle some people because they've played longer, but it's an interesting way to control the camera. It brought on a whole new perspective to me on how MMOs can deal with what options they give to the player in their camera setup. So it's awesome they, at least, I shouldn't even say at least, it's just awesome that they have different ways to, they give you different ways to view the game, and you know, they also give you different ways to change your, I guess they just give you different style options. It's really a style is the best way to explain it, because you can literally detach the camera from the locked position it's in, and you can move it left and right, up, down, and tilt it. You can go first person. So, you know, and I'm not talking like this kind of tilting. I'm talking like actually locking the camera in place and your character just runs off the screen perspective. And then you have to move your camera to your character. It's an interesting way to view a game, and I don't prefer that style, but who knows, I could change my mind and really like it, because I have to say I did try one of the styles and found it to be something that I didn't want to learn right away. I want to get out of this cave first. Caves can generally be a little claustrophobic, so who knows? But I'm going for it. See if we can get him with the old fireball. You cannot see your target. So now I can see my target. Let's see if I can cure this disease. Okay, apparently I cannot cure the disease right now. So whatever that thing is doing to me, it is just gonna do it to me. Can't even see it. See if we can make it drowsy. I did, I made it drowsy. It's pretty cool. See if I can cure the disease. Got my Fleeting Fury on. In 13 seconds we'll have to do it again. It's a pretty tough fight. I was kind of hoping I could cure that disease. I think we're going to go for another drowsy spell. He interrupted it. So, in his drowsy state, we will heal ourselves. And then we will cast our Fleeting Fury. And we will begin our attack again. Let's go drowsy again. I don't think that one got off. We got him drowsy again. Let's get this burst of fire going. That seems good. That's hurting him. I guess just burn him up. I don't want to stick around this fight too long. I can't believe my mana is actually regenning here. That seems to be pretty deadly. Job well done. Heck yeah. Hopefully there's some loot. I see a treasure box over there. Hopefully no one comes and takes it. I think I do find it weird. There could be some kind of internal error. Because there's a particular angle I just can't see the dragon, or the... I don't know why I keep saying dragon queen, the spider queen. Alright, let's, I didn't see any loot, but I'm pretty sure I did lose something. Let's figure out what's going on with this. So I gotta hit the treasure chest. That'll work. Pretty hardy treasure chest there. Okay, we're gonna throw some firebolts at it. Uh-oh, we got the dang queen again. I am not looking forward to this. So we just bust this thing up. Fireballs again. We might have to also make a run for it. So I guess I should have rested after the fight. So I could get that mana back. It'd be interesting to see how quickly my mana comes back. But there again, as you can see, just the whole zoom in factor of it is something I'm adjusting to. It seems I have to be more at a level angle when I'm playing this game, which I don't mind. I do prefer to have a downward angle on the character while I play and a further zoom out, but I guess playing looking straight out like that isn't too bad. Especially running everything max graphics so I can see things from far away. But until next time, have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. See you later.